dementia is very, you have to first of all take a cognitive test, a neuropsychological cognitive test, to see how severe it is. And I offered to give that to Biden. So far he hasn't taken me up on that. And then you go to a neurologist and you do all kinds of other tests. As I'm sure you know, PET scans, MRIs, all kinds of brain scans, to find out what the root of it is, whether it's vascular or some kind of Lewy body, or even with Alzheimer's, these proteins from decaying brain cells form in the brain. And that is what gets in the way of the connections, of thinking clearly.
Okay, but as people get older, they lose some mental acuity. Everybody, correct?
Well, but it's so variable. There are people who are 101 who are sharp as tacks.
No, I know
And then
that.
there,
But there are certain things that decline physically and mentally as you get older. So
yes,
I'm not disputing your analysis of Biden. And the reason I'm doing this segment is that he's reached a point, in my opinion, where he's harming the country so much. But where are his advisors? Where is his wife? I knew when my mother was going downhill. I knew, and I took steps to, make sure that she wasn't going to hurt herself or anybody else. Doesn't seem like
yes.
anybody in there is doing anything.
Well, that's because the people who are pulling the strings behind Biden are, just putting him out there, trying to fool the public for as long as possible so that they can do what they want, like the progressive things that you were just talking about, behind the scenes, and just have him out there, as the face. And it is so dangerous. I mean, just as an example, we know Putin is saber rattling with nuclear weapons and so on, and Biden, remember months ago when he said, "For God's sakes, this man cannot remain in power," and that is Putin's greatest fear. He's paranoid and he thinks that we want to take away his power from him and so on. And so Biden just says a comment like that offhand. And because he doesn't have abstract thinking, he can't hold different strategies for how to
Yeah, he
deal with
doesn't know what
Putin,
the
how to deal.
unintended consequences are of his actions. I think that's the most important thing, that he does what he's told to do. He doesn't understand what it could lead to, like the American fuel industry. You can't absolutely attack it and think that's going to not lead to inflation. Final question, though, Jill Biden. Jill Biden looks to me to be a woman who's in control of herself. She's got to know this, right? Doesn't she have to know this?
Of course. She just wants to be the first lady more than she cares about the country, and more than she cares about her husband making a fool of herself, and more than she cares about trying to stop the progression of his dementia. There aren't so far drugs that can cure these different kinds of dementias, but there are drugs that can slow the progression. And why she doesn't have her husband, into seeing the best neurologist she can find to try to find some medication to slow down this
That would
progression.
be the end, though. If that ever got out, that would be the end.
Well, yes, of course, yes.
He'd have to resign. All right, doctor, we appreciate it. We hope you'll come back as the events unfold. Unfortunately, I think your assessment is pretty much right on. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.